How's everybody doing? So now we're going to make some fresh taco seasoning. I already have some made up, but we're going to add some more just because I can show everybody how to make it. You want to get your measuring spoons. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of chili powder. Now you can always, make this differently if you want. You can add less, add more, It calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. I like to put a whole tablespoon, a whole teaspoon. It calls for a 1/4 of garlic powder. I like to put a whole teaspoon just because I like garlic. So I'm going to do 2 1/2 teaspoons. We're going to do a 1/4 of a teaspoon of onion powder. We're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper. Now if you don't like your stuff spicy, you can omit the red pepper flakes. It's not going to add that much spice, just a little bit. Adds a little kick. Like I said, you don't have to add it if you don't want to. Just have the recipe on my phone, so that's why I keep looking over here. I have some of my recipes stored on my phone. We're going to do 1/4 teaspoon of dry oregano. And if you do a little heaping of a 1/4 teaspoon, that's fine. So like I said, 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of garlic powder, tablespoon of chili powder. Ooh, I need some paprika. I usually put 1/2 teaspoon of paprika in here. I apologize if I'm a little organized tonight. We're going to do a teaspoon of salt. I like to use kosher salt. You can use any type of salt you want. Table salt, iodine salt, pink salt, whatever your little heart desires. Oh, next you're going to need a little more because we need a teaspoon. This is only a 1/2. And we're going to do a teaspoon of black pepper. And then we're also going to do a 1 1/2. It calls for 1 1/2 tablespoons of cumin. I usually just put a tablespoon of cumin. Like I said, whatever you like. And this is a lot better than that packaged crap you're going to buy in stores. A lot less chemicals. And you see how easy this is to make. If you don't have the ingredients in the beginning, yes, the ingredients will cost you a lot, but once you have the ingredients, it won't cost you much. Then I have my little thing here to mix in. If you don't have this, you can use a spoon, a fork, a knife, whatever. It's just to mix all the ingredients together, that's all. No big deal. And that's what your mix looks like. So I got about a 1/2 pound to 3/4 pound of ground beef in here. We're just gonna chop this all up. We're gonna cook it until it gets all nice and brown. And once it gets all nice and brown, we're gonna drain all the grease because we don't want the grease. We're gonna add probably about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the Italian seasoning that may be the taco seasoning that may be for. How's everybody doing? Sorry about that. Battery died on me. I have to change the battery. So like I was saying, you put about a 1/2 pound to 3/4 pounds of ground beef. You can also use a pound. We're gonna chop that up all nice. We're gonna, pretty much cook it till it's nice and brown. Once it's nice and brown, we're gonna drain the grease. We're gonna put the ground beef back. We're gonna add probably about 8 ounces of tomato sauce, just a little bit of water, about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the chili powder, and that's it. Now you can also add salsa if you like, you can add all different things, however your heart desires. It's tacos, not too complicated. So ground beef is all nice and brown. So I'm just gonna put this in the strainer just to get the grease out, you know, make it a little bit healthier. Wasn't too much grease in there. So now the beef's all nice and ready to be cooked. I'm gonna add probably about 8 ounces, and this is my homemade tomato sauce. Add that. Like I said, you're gonna add about 2-3 tablespoons of the taco seasoning. I'm just gonna put some in, you know, and you pretty much want to taste it. We're gonna add a little water. I'm gonna put this on about medium to medium low on the oven. I usually put mine to about 4, so electric oven. Just add just a little water. The water just to bind everything together, because it binds the dry grease a little better than tomato sauce. Just a little, about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of water. And we're just gonna mix all this together, so everything gets all nice and mixed together. You're gonna let this cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. You know, just let it, you know, simmer. You know, since the beef is already cooked, we just want it to simmer. Just like making a chili, but we're making tacos, ground beef, and this is gonna be so much better than going to your local Taco Bell. A lot healthier, a lot better for you, a lot tastier. And that's what your taco mix should look like. So like I said, about 8 ounces of tomato sauce. You can use canned tomato sauce if you don't have fresh. About 2 to 3 tablespoons of the taco seasoning. A little water, just so you can bind everything together, get everything nice and married and marinated, all those wonderful flavors. And about 10 to 15 minutes, this will be nice and cooked. And we'll have our tacos for Taco Tuesday. So while we got the meat cooking, I'm gonna toast some flour tortillas, the soft ones. You can use, you can use hard tacos. You can use chips, whatever your little heart desires. I feel I'm in the mood tonight for some soft tacos. So I take a piece of foil, fold it in half. Make sure you're using the non-shiny side, because you do not want to cook on the shiny side. So we want to use the non-shiny side. You know, as people tell me, this is the getaway to cook tortillas, but that's the way I like to cook them. And put your thing onto about 4, you know, about midway. Throw your little taco on there. Leave it there for about 30 seconds. We just want to get them all nice and toasty. Then we're going to taste our tacos, see if we need to add any more seasoning. You always want to taste as you go. We do need to add just a pinch of seasoning. It does taste good, but it does need just a pinch. So I probably added about a teaspoon more of the taco seasoning. Take a spoon, mix all our goodness together, and we're going to taste it again to make sure it's nice and perfect. So make sure you always clean your tasting spoons, because you don't want to spread your germs with other people. Unless you're cooking for yourself, then it doesn't matter. And that is perfect. So we're just gonna flip it over. It's not toasted yet, so flip it back over. Make sure you high the temperature just a little bit so it cooks. We don't want to cook too much and burn the tortilla. And like I always say, I'm going to use fresh shredded cheese. I never buy shredded cheese because all the different chemicals in there, it's really not good for you. Some shredded cheese even have sawdust in it, so the shredded cheese doesn't bind with each other. So I just buy a block of cheese, grate it myself, you know. These tortillas are taking a little longer than normal to cook, but that happens sometimes. So we got our tortillas nice and toasted, and just repeat, like I said, 15 to 30 seconds each side so you don't burn them. You know, just like that, that's all, nice and toasty. And in a couple minutes we'll have a nice taco dinner, and then we got some chocolate chip cookies for dessert. So dinner's all nice and ready. I did forget to make rice tonight. I don't know how I forgot to make the rice, but I usually do make either yellow or white rice with my tacos. Didn't make it tonight. That's okay. Just have some tacos for dinner. So I'm just gonna take a tortilla and take my spoon. You know, you can. Don't mind me. Always making a mess. Now you could put tomatoes on here. You could add lettuce. You could put a little salsa, a little hot sauce. Not gonna be simple tonight. Just gonna add a little cheese. Made a little Taco Bell seasoning sauce. Gotta see if I got any Taco Bell packets hiding in my fridge, because I usually do. So I'm actually out of the taco seasoning, but that's no big deal. So you got one taco, I'm gonna make another one. And you know, that's about how much meat I'm gonna add. So that's your finished product of the tacos. And we got a finished product over here. And like I said, you can add some chopped tomatoes, you can add a little chopped jalapeno, you can add chopped lettuce to this, you can add a little salsa, you can add hot sauce. If you have Taco Bell seasoning packets in your house, you can add a little Taco Bell seasoning packets. Like I said, I usually make it rice, so I usually do put rice with it. Forgot to make the rice tonight because I guess the cookies messed me up. Oh well, no biggie. So I'm gonna have a nice taco dinner with some cookies for dessert. I hope everybody enjoys my channel. Have a great night and don't eat too much.